What if humans had the population density of ants? Have you ever stepped on an anthill and watched in amazement as hundreds, maybe thousands, of tiny creatures erupt from the ground? It's a teeming, bustling city of incredible activity. Now, what if I told you that if humans lived with the same population density as ants, our entire global population could fit inside the state of Texas? But that's just the start of the story. The reality of living like ants is far stranger and more terrifying than it sounds. First, let's talk numbers. A typical ant colony can pack in millions of individuals into a space the size of your backyard. To match that density, the human population wouldn't be 8 billion. It would skyrocket to over quadrillion individuals. That's 1 quadrillion people. A number so vast it's hard to even picture. If you counted one number per second, it would take you over 31 million years to count to a quadrillion. Our planet simply isn't big enough to hold that many of us at ant-like density. So, for this thought experiment, we have to imagine Earth is magically enlarged, or that we're crammed onto a planet-sized version of an anthill. Forget about houses, apartments, or even rooms. Personal space becomes a forgotten luxury of an ancient past. Your entire world would be a single, global, multi-layered megastructure. You would live in a tiny hexagonal cell, just large enough to curl up in, stacked endlessly in all directions. Above you, below you, and on every side are your neighbors. The constant noise of a quadrillion people moving, talking, and working would create a deep, permanent roar. A physical vibration you could feel in your bones. The air would be thick, hot, and stale, requiring unimaginably powerful systems to pump oxygen down from the surface and filter out the carbon dioxide. Most humans would live and die without ever seeing the sun or feeling the rain. The surface would become a distant myth, a legendary place only a privileged few ever visit. How would we eat? Agriculture as we know it would be impossible. There's no space for farms. Our entire diet would have to be engineered. We'd likely live on a bland, nutrient-rich paste, synthesized in vast underground factories, and distributed through a network of pipes directly to our cells. Water would be endlessly recycled from waste in a perfectly efficient closed loop. There would be no waste because there is no way to throw anything. Every single resource would have to be used and reused with perfect efficiency. Society would have to change beyond recognition. With a quadrillion people, you are not a unique individual. You are a single cell in a vast organism. Your life would be dedicated to a single specific task that supports the hive. You might be a nutrient pipe cleaner, an air filter technician, or a structural integrity inspector. There's no room for career changes or personal dreams. The concept of a name might vanish, replaced by an identification number. Order would be maintained not through laws, but through instinctive hive-minded cooperation and pheromone-like chemical signals. Rebellion or nonconformity would be a death sentence for the individual and a threat to the entire superorganism. In the end, living with the density of an ant colony would mean the end of humanity as we know it. We would lose our individuality, our culture, our connection to nature, and our freedom. We would become something else entirely, a biological machine, a global hive, efficient and durable, but utterly alien. So the next time you see an anthill, appreciate its incredible complexity, but be very, very glad you're not living in one.